very curious little cosmic croutons. Welcome back. Today, we're not just talking about space rocks. We're bringing one home for show and boom! Meet Apophis, a skyscraper-sized asteroid discovered in 2004 by astronomers at Kitt Peak Observatory in Arizona. At first, it looked like just another chunk of cosmic gravel, until scientists started tracking its orbit. That's when the numbers began to whisper a very spooky tune. A trajectory aimed straight at Earth, arriving in April 2029.
On that date, April 13th, which, by the way, is a Friday. April 13th, 2029, this asteroid named Apophis, named for the Egyptian god of death and darkness. Named, of course, only after we calculated its trajectory to intersect Earth. If it were not going to hit Earth, we could have named it like Bambi or Tiffany, something non-threatening, right? Freddy, something that it's not hurting anybody. Name that one Apophis.
Since then, NASA has updated its models, saying Apophis will miss us by a few thousand miles. But what if they're wrong? We're only talking about a buffer zone of thousands of miles, which is literally nothing when you are dealing with asteroids zipping through outer space. Buckle up, my interplanetary pudding cups. This one's going to leave a mark.
Did you hear about this asteroid when it was discovered? No, because that same week was the Indonesian tsunami. That same week. And so rightly so, it did not lead the headlines the way the tsunami did. However, if you did the calculation, you would show that if it hit Earth in the center of the uncertainty range, it would hit the Pacific Ocean 500 kilometers west of Santa Monica. It would plunge into the ocean to a depth of 3 miles. It would explode at that depth, cavitating the ocean in a hole 3 miles wide. Now you have a wall of water 3 miles high. What happens to that wall of water? It just spills back into the hole that was just made, splashes into itself, and rises high again. That first impact creates a tsunami that's 5 stories tall. By the way, this asteroid is the size of the Rose Bowl.
So, what if the experts are wrong? What if that safe miss of a few thousand miles isn't so safe after all? Everyone's calm. Telescopes ready, cameras rolling, scientists smiling like it's movie night. Across observatories and rooftops, people point up at the sky, popcorn in hand, waiting for Apophis to make its dazzling flyby. The countdown ticks closer. 5 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes. At 5:46 p.m. Eastern, the asteroid slides into view. A black diamond against the stars. Gasps ripple across the world. There it is. But something's wrong. It's brighter than expected. Faster, monitors flicker, instruments scream. The experts start shouting numbers, recalculating, rechecking. And that's when they see it. Apophis isn't missing at all. Its orbit has shifted ever so slightly, but just enough to change everything. 6 p.m. Eastern, the sky ignites white hot. A blazing fireball, brighter than the sun, tears the heavens wide open in a 3 million degree hello! Across the world, the live feeds freeze. Someone in mission control just whispers, "Oh crap, we were wrong." For a split second, the world realizes it isn't watching a flyby. It's watching the end of the world. Then the shockwave hits, flattening Los Angeles faster than you can say, extra crispy. Skyscrapers fold like paper. Windows explode. The ground ripples like a drum. Molten rock rains sideways, a fiery confetti no one asked for. Offshore, the Pacific lifts like a giant's bathtub splash. A wall of water hundreds of meters high charging toward the coast. Every ship, bridge, and pier is suddenly auditioning for Flying Lessons 101. And this, my delicious little doomsday dumplings, is where things go from oops to utterly apocalyptic. The planet shudders. Earth's crust flexes like a drumskin. Fault lines snap from California to China. Volcanoes wake up screaming, spitting fire and ash straight into the stratosphere. Tsunamis crisscross oceans. Cities drown, then burn, then drown again. And a veil of soot spreads, turning day into twilight. Now here's the wild physics. When Apophis hits, it releases the energy of 80,000 Hiroshima bombs, all at once. That punch blasts billions of tons of dust and ash into the sky. Within days, sunlight fades, temperatures plummet, and the world tumbles into an impact winter. The crops wither in the dark. Oceans turn cold and toxic. The food web collapses from plankton to people. Supermarkets? Gone. Just-in-time delivery? More like never again. The grid fails, and this time it stays down. Biolabs rupture. Viruses escape into a starving, freezing world. Nuclear reactors melt down one by one. Silent, glowing tombstones of a lost civilization. And without power, no heat, no harvest, no hope. Humanity discovers just how fragile our miracle of technology really was. Power, food, medicine, order, falling one after another until the earth goes quiet. And in the silence of that frozen dawn, the long shadow of a new ice age begins. Decades pass. The ash settles. The ice begins to melt. And out of the frozen silence, life creeps back. The survivors rebuild from scraps. Solar panels scavenged from old rooftops. Greenhouses cobbled together from broken glass. The world they knew, power grids, cities, glowing screens, it's gone. And in just one generation, the old world fades into myth. A few gray-haired storytellers sit by the fire and whisper about strange, ancient things. Walmarts, YouTube, apps. The young ones just laugh. They've never seen a phone, never flipped a light switch. And maybe, just maybe, this isn't the first time it's happened. Maybe our planet's been here before. Civilizations rising, vanishing, leaving behind only puzzles in the dust. A cosmic reset button pressed again and again until memory itself becomes legend. And so, as we await that fateful day, let us remember how amazing and yet how fragile our civilization truly is. Don't take the lights for granted. Don't take each other for granted. Because one spark from the heavens, one shooting star, one false projection could send us back to the caves. If you enjoyed today's delicious disaster, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more bite-sized brain snacks. Until next time, keep your brains spinning. And let's hope the experts aren't wrong about Apophis.
We know for certain that Apophis, on Friday the 13th, April 2029, it's the size of the Rose Bowl, it'll get close enough to Earth that it will dip below Earth's communication satellites. It'll be the biggest, closest thing ever to come, known to come near Earth. The communication satellites are at geosynchronous orbit. It's about 23,000 miles up. This will come in at 18,000 miles.